Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday Night Show. The Stray Man. Oh, Dennis Dubulus. If I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. Dubelbus. Dubelbus. I don't know. Thank you for your super chat. Stray Man, thank you for your super chat. We appreciate the support. And hello, everybody.
As you can see, Paula has a hemorrhaging tonsil tonight. So,
well, I was going to say, as you can see, we are short two ladies. So this will probably be a shorter stream because our biggest talker isn't here, and also Paula's not here. Sorry, it's a joke. Silver Stacker in Training, thank you for your super chat.
Dang,
we appreciate it very much. So, did you guys get to meet up, Shay? Just shake your head because your mic's off.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. We had a great time. It was awesome.
Nice.
We had a really good meetup.
That's cool. Yeah, is he as personable as he is on?
Oh, even more.
YouTube?
Even more. Such
a
kind. Yes. We hung out at Lupe Tortilla and had Mexican food. So.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it was a little bit noisy, but man, we had a great time. So, at least I did.
That's awesome.
Well, can't wait till we all get to meet up because it's fun. I mean, we met a lot of people at that Tulsa show, didn't we, Sean?
Yeah, we met a fair number of people.
Shay got to see him, but he's getting to see more. Coins and ghouls, you better get home. Get up here. What's up, Michael Kittle? Good to see you. CJ's in the chat. Good to see you.
Wanda's here.
I want to comment. Steve Boyd. Sorry, buddy. I haven't emailed you back. I received both of your emails, and he's feeling a little bit left out, and that's okay. I don't blame him. But I would say give him a shout out on his eBay store. Probably not here. I'll probably do a different video. But I had talked about someone else's eBay and not his. So, it'll happen. It'll probably happen here tomorrow because I'm leaving. Our flight leaves at 6 a.m. on Wednesday for
Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh.
We have a little bit of a layover in O'Hare, and then on to the Steel City. So
it's gonna be fun, right?
It is. Adam's gonna be there. Schumar's already there. He's showing all sorts of awesome pictures. I'm a little bit jealous.
Wow, what a crazy Bourse floor. That's a big show.
Jeez.
Yeah, it looks huge.
It's at least 10% larger than the one at Tulsa.
Yeah.
Well, that's not only that. It's not only that big warehouse Bourse floor looking thing. They also have other exhibit rooms. They have one that has the U.S. Mint is there as well, and the director. I think the director actually kicked off the ANA yesterday or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. I can't wait to check things out. And as you guys know, yours truly is going to be engaging in a silly grade-off shenanigans thing with NGC and whatnot. So and don't know what to expect. I'm just going to have fun doing it.
If you get there soon enough and you can pick up a couple of books, that'd be kind of cool.
Well, which books? A certain cherry picker's guidebook?
No, a certain I don't know how to say it.
I was going to say roll punching. And apparently, this same individual just released today one on
currency,
paper money errors, and
yes. I was going to say his name sounds like a piece of furniture. There you go.
Yeah.
Because he said he was going to give away some if people came up and to come up.
Justin Candlestick. Yeah, that guy.
Candlestick. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh yeah. I mean, he and I have been texting back and forth the last 3 weeks. So, yeah,
He's an all right guy.
yeah. He said, "Hey, boy, you ready to have your ass handed to you?" Like, who are you
Good.
talking to? I'm like old enough to be your dad, guy.
Yeah, right.
I made all that stuff up.
He's not talking crap like that, is he?
Oh no.
That's funny. That would be really funny.
I think he's about 30 years old, and he still operates like he's 21. So he's as harmless as a fly.
Right.
So
He has a lot of energy, though.
he does. He's a hustler, and he's leveraging his youth to make it happen. So
As
all
well
the
he
more
should.
power.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hardcore said it's harder than the devil's ass crack on a grill right now. Yes, it is. I put up
well, that's when you go and convert and use the Traeger and drop it down to about 200 degrees. Slow cook yourself some ribs.
I put up my information on one of those dating sites, and I said I'm an Arkansan, and I'm looking for a cold front. Sorry, but I don't have a sound effect.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't quit your day job.
Whatever that is.
So, yeah.
Oh God, that's
Yeah, you still have a long ways to go in the comical department.
What's up, Eric?
Figure it out. Yeah.
So
I don't think the Laugh Factory is going to be reaching out to us anytime soon.
No, probably not. So there was a question about the storms. So yes, the storms is the reason why actually Amanda's not here this time, because she lost her power. And I was talking to her earlier. She said, "Oh, they said it'll be back on maybe in a day or two." And she said the town next to them has no power. They think that a couple of tornadoes might have gone through there somewhere. So everybody keep her in your thoughts, because she's going to need some help. And Paula's just feeling well, but you can yell at her in the chat. She's in the chat. So
I mean, that part of Tennessee is just, it's been getting hammered.
Yeah,
I mean, like all that stuff that happened with the flooding just in the last few years.
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
Amazon was without power for 3 hours. Wow. That had to be big.
Yeah, Dennis, I heard about that. I want to read that.
Like Amazon Cloud Services or just Amazon?
The whole company, Amazon?
The whole company?
Or the Amazon jungle? Rainforest.
There's probably a continuous power outage there down there.
Yeah.
Probably not Amazon. So yeah, what other announcements do we have besides join the ANA and join what else do we have to join?
I don't know. How about the bevy of various
Yeah.
subscription services? How about joining the ANA and then join NGC and then join Kaneka online and go ahead and sign up for Numismatic News, NumisMedia. While you're at it, go ahead and join up on the US Mint if you haven't done that.
Go subscribe to the US Mint YouTube channel. Watch some of their minting videos. Go to the ANA and watch their
subscribe to the Coin Dealer newsletter. I found out that neat book that the coin shops have is like $40. I'm like, that's such a ripoff. So
you can also join our Facebook if you want, which I'm putting in the chat. Yeah. But if you do, make sure you answer the questions, because we will reject you wholeheartedly and tell you to please answer the questions before you can come on board.
The name of the Facebook group has always been Coins Gone Wild.
Coins Gone Wild.
Hey, don't show them your quarters.
Show us your quarters.
We already have issues with picture quality. I'm gonna be sending some unwanted pictures.
Yeah, please don't post those kinds of pictures. All right.
Oh, I should Photoshop a little bra and onto a coin and see what happens.
Oh yeah, the My Collect. Forgot about that one.
Swimsuit.
Thanks for reminding us, Steve. So I can put that in there too. There's the Coin Q&A page for My Collect. If you haven't signed up for that, that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, there's a Q&A My Collect account on there. I haven't done mine yet. I'm gonna do mine when I get back from Pittsburgh. I just have a whole soiree of stuff to unravel when I get back, and that's one of them. So
there you go. So everybody will be on it.
Nikki found a 1944 nickel last week. I hear there's silver in those.
In pocket change. Nice.
Yeah.
I found my nickel that I put on the train tracks.
Was it still on the train tracks?
Yeah, like 20 years ago. It's kind of smooshed. You can kind of see the outline of Montecito.
That's cool.
You said that was 20 years ago?
Yeah.
And where was it? You didn't go back to the railroad tracks and found it like yesterday. You had it like in a little gilded box in your office. You're like, oh, I lost it.
That's right. And I hadn't seen it in 20 years.
The way that you worded it, it's like, hey, look at this. I found the nickel on the railroad tracks that I put there 20 years ago.
So I guess it was a little bit more than 20 years ago. Geez, it's been 30 years. So I was 33 years. Anyway, outside of between Chattanooga and Nashville, I went to school, and there was a quarry down at the bottom of the hill a couple miles away, and the train tracks, the train would come down the mountain hill, 1,000-foot elevation hill, and it would come right past the quarry. So one day we thought, oh, we better put some change on there, watch the train go by. So we did.
I bet that changed your life.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You know what I just thought? It's been 40 years as of this year since the Lincoln cent changed over to a copper-coated zinc.
Oh.
Dang, you're right.
40 years. Yeah.
Nice even number.
And half of those are probably gone by now.
Yeah, I think the attrition rate on them is not too good.
Higher
Kind of like a dollar bill. I think only has, from the moment that they're produced and circulating, that they're only supposed to, or they last generally on average about like 18 to 20 months or something like that, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're lasting probably longer now because people are not using cash money much.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, and not only that, plus the 2013 B collectors are kind of hinging on the fact that they still want to find DC stars.
Right.
Because those were produced in 2013. The Fort Worth stars, the dupes, were printed in 2017. So,
right.
Yeah.
I would say that since COVID, I definitely observed more shield cents in a box of pennies, almost every time.
Really?
Yeah.
Before that, I would have a much healthier percentage of memorials in a box. It's kind of frustrating, right?
You think because of the copper, people
I don't know.
Starting to hold on to that?
I don't know.
I know there's a lot of people that do.
Well, I haven't paid any attention. Has the price of copper moved up? Is it back up to $4 a pound or whatever it was back 10 years ago?
I don't know.
I don't know. Let me see.
Because it's still a inconsequential amount of money.
Hey, can somebody please private message me the password for info at Livecoin QA? Because I did an update on my computer and it kicked everything out and I don't have the password. Sure. I hate doing updates because everything, it seems like it just loses everything.
Yeah, Shay can do that for you. Pixel Atom.
Pixel Atom.
A little pixelated.
It won't even let me see the chat because it's because I'm not logged in. It says log in,
So-
but then I go to log in and it won't let me do anything.
So a whole whopping $3.85 a pound, Sean. Copper.
That's pretty
Why,
nice.
why am
It's
I not
higher up
jumping up
there.
and down? I don't know.
I do know that the AC guys, after they replaced my AC, they dropped some copper pieces in the yard, and somebody actually came by and picked them up because the AC guys forgot. So I guess it was somebody. There's somebody out there looking for copper and tin to recycle.
Well, it's fun. I heard somebody say this. I think it might have been one of those big silver YouTubers, like Salivate Metal or one of them. They said that the silver, because it's a very industrial metal, right? They put in like solar panels and phones and various electronics and stuff, that none of it is reclaimable. Does that sound right? It's not like you could, extract the silver that was used in those components if, say, you were to scrap them.
And like computer components? Because
I guess whatever is the most prominent use for it. I hear solar panels is one of them, but I don't know too many people that are scrapping solar panels already, because that's a relatively newer technology as far as like mainstream goes.
I've seen guys on the internet use acid to break down some of the different parts and stuff, and then I don't know, they use different chemicals and things to separate things and heat, and then melt it down and do weird stuff. I don't know.
Sounds like
right, Michael? Yeah, if silver hits $100 an ounce, you best believe that it's all reclaimable.
Even my teeth.
Yeah. So.
Sorry,
yeah,
I was.
The refining of trying to reclaim it, right, is prohibitively expensive, and I think that's why not too many people are doing it, I guess. Yeah. It's not like the whole catalytic converter conversation where they're extracting platinum and all that stuff out of there that has a considerable more value.
It is a dangerous process. I mean, the fumes and it's really dangerous.
When you start inhaling all that stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Ed said, we ought to get into the business of extracting fillings.
Yeah.
You didn't say that, but I just thought about it. I'm like, oh, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, I gotta say something really weird. Okay, y'all are gonna laugh at me. So along with that nickel, guess what else I found? I'll give you a guess. What would somebody like me keep for over 30 years? Potentially.
Your first haircut? I don't know.
No.
Is it coin related? No.
Oh my gosh.
All right. My wisdom teeth.
Your wisdom teeth.
They were in an envelope, wrapped with gauze, still blood on them.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. You know that dentists are not supposed to hand those out, which of course 30 years ago they might have, but it's considered hazardous waste.
Name, wisdom teeth don't actually make you smarter.
Thank goodness.
Hey, I woke up in the middle of them taking mine out.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
you sit there jerking on your head like
Yeah. Yeah.
like, hey, wait.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, he's waking up. He's waking up. They're like, get more whatever, gas or whatever they were using.
Yeah, they're just going to do the defibrillator machine on both sides of your head.
All right, so wisdom teeth is just slightly, is here, belly button lint here or here?
Do you have your umbilical cord stub? Oh my.
Hey, all right, y'all just tell us in chat what your weirdest collection is.
The weirdest thing you
Well, I'll tell you what I do have. and it's not mine per se. I still have my daughter's first ever haircut, lock of hair.
Right.
So I have that, and I have her first set of teeth that she lost. I don't know why I keep
The whole
that.
set.
I have in a little Ziploc
I
bag.
think I have all the teeth that my daughter's lost.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people have saved that from their kids,
Right.
and that's all I got. I don't have any weird, I don't have.
My wife kept one of the kids' umbilical cords, the little clipping right after birth,
Yeah, the little floppy whistle,
EMR said, "No friggin' way I'm spilling those beans."
You don't have to, Eric.
The Noodlemeister said,
the haircut.
Matchbooks.
Our show's only an hour and a half, and that's a rabbit hole that, quite frankly, we don't need to fall in, even though we already got 1 foot in there.
Hey, John, so I will be in Pittsburgh just in time to watch you
Matchbooks.
do your grading event.
Yeah.
I'm driving.
It should be, okay, so in case you guys that don't know, all right, thank you for bringing that up. So there's 4 of us. 2 of us are paired up to go against 2 other guys. So I paired up by a gentleman named Renee, and he does the Bargain Hunters Thrift YouTube channel, and he's also one of the guys off of the show, Sword Wars. So I'm like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do, because I know absolutely jack shit about the guy. I'll be honest with you. I went to his channel. I subbed. I've been binge watching like the last 10 videos, and they're all, some of them are sizable. I thought I had some pretty long videos, but he has 20, 30, 40-minute videos in there. And, it's just more of a matter of okay, who am I pairing up with? Who am I dealing with? And he's kind of a case. I mean, he knows his stuff, and he's been doing it for a while. But yeah, I told my wife, an hour ago, I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything about Renee, so I've been watching all of his stuff, and it's got him and his wife on there, and it's I don't want to be paired up with a guy who's headstrong and dominant about stuff, because it's a grade off, right? We're going to be grading coins,
Right.
and then there's NGC representatives there that's going to go back and actually assign the grades on there and see how close we are. And the idea is you want to be kind of either spot on or maybe a point off. So I don't want him to continuously say, oh, this one's this one's a 62 and this one's this and that one's that. I'm like, dude, you're way off. So I want there to be
collaboration.
I want it to be a collaborative thing, and not hey, this guy, because of his star power, knows it all. I don't want to be paired up. Now, the people, the other 2 guys that we are going up against, you guys know Justin Couch. All right, he's been on the platform for quite a while, as long as I have, and CoinHub, who's a little bit newer but very intelligent guy. And I just knew this about a couple months ago, but those 2 guys live in the same city together, and they're best friends. They go back all the way to grade school. So
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
know
I
he's
know
talked
Justin
about-
gets a lot of his inventory from.
Yeah, from CoinHub.
Yeah.
I've heard him talk.
So they already have kind of that
Connection.
symbiotic, kind of thing. And I know Jack Diddley about Renee, and all I know is he's a very type A personality guy, and so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I don't know.
Hopefully you two will mesh well, Hopefully.
Yeah.
You will.
Because me, I don't like particularly losing. So.
You're not going to lose.
Or can I request, hey, can we have a 3rd team and it'll just be me on it?
Just do it yourself.
Yeah, but what is cool is that NGC went the extra mile, and so did Whatnot, to have these sample slabs for the event that'll have the team names on there, and they're going to produce 150 slabs of each of the teams. So you're going to see one with like Team Coin Hub, Team Couch Collectibles, Team Blue Ridge, whatever. And you can buy them on Whatnot the day of the event. And I think it starts like 3:30 Eastern. It's $20, and all the proceeds go to charity. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, it's a really cool you know, the event, the charity, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And it's funny because I had the local coin dealer that texted me at like 11 o'clock last night, and he sent me the promotional picture, which shows like all of our faces on there for the grade off. I'm like, dude, I didn't tell you about that. Where'd you get it? He's like, oh yeah, Gray Sheet sent this to me. So he got an email from the Coin Dealer newsletter with that promo picture, that flyer. I was like, oh god. So apparently it's all over the place.
Where do they dig this stuff up from?
Oh, I don't know, man. And so he was more than a little shocked, and I'm like, yeah, you weren't supposed to know that. Because I've been known to buy some inventory from him that I sell on Whatnot. So
you're doing. I saw that you had a show in for Friday. Are you doing a show at the hotel or something?
yeah, at our hotel. So
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a show that night too. I think from the hotel. So
it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. If I got my
I
time
know.
right.
It's kind of like throwing me off. I'm like, Eastern time. Which time should I do my show? No. So, but I'm on a 12-day road trip starting Wednesday. I won't be back for 12 days. So,
Dang.
yeah, we're driving up to the East Coast, New York, Maine, Rhode Island, DC. So, yeah.
Grab you some boxes of coins.
I think so. I think I'm going to stop in New York and get some 2023. And then let's stop in Virginia and get some 2022. Is that
2021?
2021.
And it's area specific. It's Tidewater region of Virginia. So
Tidewater,
Virginia Beach, that area.
Okay. I'm gonna be in Virginia Beach, so I'll make sure to stop and see if I can get some pennies there too.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
You guys want to start on our
let's
lineup tonight?
Let's get going. Welcome to the August 7th edition of the Livecoin QA. We will start from the bottom up, going through our coins. Oh, you get the long
lucky one. Me. 1934D RPM1 from Frostbite. I found it Unk details 1934D Buffalo Nickel and picked it up cheap. On closer inspection, appears to have RPM1. Looking at the die crack across the 5 and down through the rim, can you confirm it's RPM1? Also, it states the coin was cleaned. I detect some toning, but not really any credence of cleaning. Am I missing something?
And I believe that Paula answered him on this one. It's not a bad looking coin for sure.
But yep, there's that crack.
There's that big crack going down. Yeah, there's a good closer picture of it. And you can see inside that D a little bit.
Yep.
That extra D.
There's a lot of hairlines on this coin. That's why I guarantee that's why it was cleaned.
Oh, right.
That's why they cleaned.
There's close up. Yeah, so it kind of looks that way. Yeah, I know Paula was saying that she agreed with it being probably cleaned as well.
Yeah, there she is. Now,
there it is.
This one's got MD on the top, so don't let that fool. But look at that line right there. Whoop, inside. There we go.
Yeah, inside. Yep.
And then the die crack's a marker on the website. If you go to Wexler's, you look at the Buffalo Nickels.
Right in the D hole. You're right, Michael Kittle.
Oh, there it is upside down.
I guess better than the D hole than the A hole. For coins that were minted in Alabama or something.
Hey, Spitfire.
Oh, I'm glad I get this one. Because I watched the video where he was pulling this one out of. So 1972D Jefferson Nickel Clash from Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles, who does some pretty nice videos collecting stuff. So I wanted to share this Jefferson nickel that I found while roll hunting. Haven't come across a clash this strong on a nickel before, so I was pretty excited to have found it. Please let me know your thoughts. I did check Mad Die Clashes and came up with no results. Thank you all for your time. Yeah. This one's extremely strong.
Wow. Yeah.
And very nice. It's got some different angles there.
You know it's strong when you could see the letter O in Monticello.
Yeah. I think he's got a picture here with the arrows. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the O and the, what's that, the top of the, what's on,
5 cents.
no, what's above it? Nothing?
Or you mean what's underneath it is the S and cents?
Yes.
It's just
It would be
backwards.
it's the top of the S. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that is sweet.
Pretty nice. Yeah.
That is really cool.
And there in front of the eyes, the part of the M.
Yeah, very strong die clash.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Look at that going down through there. That's a pretty sweet coin. 72D. Well, I'll have to be on the lookout for that one now. Great find. Great find, Dirty Water. Oh, Paula put a link in because I think she found it under atypical die clashes. In Dirty Water, you might have been looking under typical. I'm not sure who responded on that. Oh, wait. That was Shay, and Shay never responded, did he? Is that the one you just put in?
Is that the one I didn't respond to?
Yeah, but I had talked to him and told him that you were putting it in the show, so it's all right. But yeah, click on that link and should be able to see it.
All right. So from BU Clip Planchet from Joey K. Hi, panel. I received a giveaway recently, and they gave me an old 1959 P cent roll. The roll really did look original. Some coins had some carbon spot issues. However, most were still in BU condition, including this one. No DDOs. Yes, it does have the Blakesley effect, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lunge it.
So how hard is a 59 getting like clip planches or off centers or something like that?
Clip planchets can be very common. It just depends. There's no particular date that has more than others usually, I don't think.
No, not usually.
But it's still a nice clip for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, where that would apply is more probably like you don't hear too much about broad struck 1959s, and I've only seen maybe a few off center struck 59s. So, yeah, but clips you see them on just about every day. I don't think, like Adam said, there was no.
Well, that one certainly hasn't circulated much. It's in great condition.
Did this come out of the BU roll?
Yeah.
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 And it's really nice condition. I mean, it's gem condition in my opinion, for sure.
Yeah. Joey said, could it reach 66, you think?
Well, it looks like a solid 65.
65.
I think too much in the way of like Planchet nicks and marks on Lincoln's bust, and
yeah, it's probably at least a solid 65 for sure.
Would I necessarily grade it? Probably not.
No, that's a little bit better. That gives me a little more ideal right condition there, and that it's possible on a good day it could get a 66, but in my opinion, it's more of a 65. But yeah, I would not grade this coin because they're just too common, and you wouldn't get the grading cost out of that coin. So.
All right, so we got a fish hook VAM from Joey
I
K.
like this one.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Cherry picked another one. Exactly what Adam just sent off to have graded. It's the 1887p Morgan VAM 3A. Obviously displayed with all the markers to detect. The coin's not in too bad shape as well, except for those few darn carbon spots in which shouldn't hurt from being straight graded. I hope continued. What do you guys think? Will PCGS grade it with no problems? Thank you all.
I said, should carbon spots really cause a grading issue?
That's
Unless
more
it's like eaten
toning
into it.
spots. Yeah, it's not something that they would not grade the coin. They would still grade that coin. Yeah.
If anything, they'll net grade it. So without the
Yeah.
carbon spots, if it would be a 63, they might give
It'll
it a
knock it
62
down.
or
Yeah.
61.
Yeah, it'll knock it down a little bit just
Yeah,
because it affects the eye appeal of the coin.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this is actually, I think, what they call a super die clash. So this is actually this is attributed. I don't think PCGS recognizes this though. Do they do the super die
Is it
clash?
a top 100 or one of those?
Is it in one of those lists?
Let me look real fast. 1 sec.
Everybody sees it going through those the lips and the chin, right? Just pointing it out.
Yeah, which is a die clash of the wreath leaves on
Right.
the outwards die.
And then there's a
This
lot
is
of
3. Is this a 3A?
yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of clashing on the reverse too.
The clashing on the reverse I'm used to seeing. There's a lot of dates that have that.
They'll recognize a
these.
band 3.
BAM 3,
Yeah.
top 100.
I'm pulling up VAM World right now. Let's see what it says here.
I mean, it's pretty cool for being a VAM. I
Yes,
mean, there's a lot of them that aren't that cool.
This is a super CD. It's also an elite clashed Morgan dollar. So this is a couple different, I guess,
Designations.
designations. Yeah. So this is a super die clash and an elite clashed Morgan dollar. And yes, Joey K, this is the exact same one I have that I just sent off to Annex. But guess what mine has? Mine has a ton of grease that struck through the whole thing on both sides. It's pretty gnarly. So I'm kind of excited about mine.
And
I love it. I love this date. This is the date that also has like
87 has a ton of nice varieties. Yeah. They got the alligator eye. They got the donkey tail.
Donkey tail. Is this one they have the pitted reverse or whatever it is?
It is.
Or is that? Or that's eight? That's I think that's 1897, and not 1887. Both very common dates, but yeah, 87 has a ton of different.
Adam, would you show us your alligator eye again, like you did before?
What did I do? What did I do?
Alligator eye.
Alligator eye. Alligator eye.
I'll have to go back and watch the video.
Joey said there's a 6/7 as well. And Paula said it's the 1897 that has the pitted reverse. You're correct.
But if you can find a donkey tail, those are very valuable. So keep that in mind. If you can ever find the late stage donkey tail that's on the reverse, it's really a really valuable variety.
And what that is for people that don't know, the donkey tail is a derivative of a simple die crack that connects all the letters all the way around the reverse. So when it gets down to the D in dollar, it actually forms into a larger, probably borderline die break. And it looks like a little tail coming off the bottom of the D, but it's a part of the die crack that is going around the clock on the reverse through all those letters. Which, by the way, the die cracks are very common on these Morgan.
Yeah. And all of those are pretty much VAMs too.
Wow.
Yes, Joey, they will straight grade this coin.
Yep.
So they even put donkey tail on the label.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Another good cherry pick. And see, you can also see that one's got the die crack all the way around the edge on the reverse through United and America and states of.
Is it my turn again?
Yep.
1981 Lincoln Die Clash from Abel F. Hello, I have a question. Is this the die clash inside the memorial? It has a letter in Greek highlighted, or is it my imagination? Thank you for your time.
I don't know what Greek highlighted means, but
yeah,
but not a bad looking coin. But you can see in that third column there, in between the third and the fourth column.
Yep.
And then Y of Liberty. That's a die clash in the bay of the Lincoln Memorial that never got cleaned up, because you'll notice that there's no other clashing anywhere else other than bays 2 and 3.
Right.
Now, if I'm correct, it's harder to remove the die clashes in the memorial, right? Because they're afraid that it'll remove the design. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see it. I mean, you definitely see them getting that polishing wheel down in there sometimes. You'll see it all the way across the back.
Yeah, you'll see scratches, a lot of scratches.
But that's a pretty deep clash. So.
Oh, it's a deep clash. If you think about it, it's raised. It's the most raised surface on the die.
Yeah.
So even though it's fairly raised, and the columns of the memorial are they'll be incuse into the die, it's still a very delicate kind of operation.
It'd make those columns way too thin if they
right
material.
Yeah, it'll drown them out, and that's why you have things like the 73 Lincoln sunken die. It's a very delicate area. You could drop something on the die and it would just completely tear it up.
Inside of the memorial is even, so the fields can't be removed.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Oh, this is a good one.
Oh, look, a dime just for Shannon.
Rare mint error dime.
He planned it that way. You knew there would be 4 people on board for tonight's show. And he's like, I'm going to do it number 6 because I know I'm going to talk about it.
I didn't know, but that's cool. This one's from Mike. Good afternoon, Sean and team. I appreciate your channel on YouTube, as I have learned a lot watching you these past few months. I've recently started going through all the loose change I've accumulated over the last few years. I found a few coins that caught my attention, but for some reason this particular dime stood out to me the most. I know it probably won't be worth that mega money like others out there, but I figured it has to be worth something. I've attached a few things for you to see. Then when you get a chance, let me know what you think.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Any guesses as to what that might be in the chat? Besides Paula, because she was the one that answered it, and I know she knows. Oh, she just threw the answer out. Never mind.
She's like, no, I'm not letting you answer for myself.
It struck through a split die.
She is very familiar with this error. You know why? Because she had one at the Tulsa show that she sold to Brian.
Yes.
So, Yeah, she knows about this one. She loves this error.
I said, "Oops, I answered too soon." You did. You answered. It's okay. It's okay. It is struck through a split cap die or die cap. Split.
Very
die.
cool.
Oh,
Very cool.
running to the front of the line.
Because you do see some of these dimes that have, just a split die where you can see all of the details are nice, but there's a big crack, rim to rim all the way through it.
Well,
So, yeah,
you can see how late it's a very
pretty late. Yeah,
stage cap die because you can see the date. That
Right.
cap I can imagine is razor thin, probably
Right.
thinner than a sheet of paper, and it won't take much for it to tear and split, which is what happened here.
right. But that's a
Yeah.
great effect right there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And I
And
don't know.
I know the common misconception is like, oh, okay, well, it looks like a strike through because the devices are mushy and it just has that look, and
Well, now, okay, so did the split die contribute to it being a cap die? So, in other words, are they more prevalent? Is a cap die become capped because of the split, or are they unrelated?
No, I think the die cap, the actual coin stuck to the die,
Okay.
split, creating that.
I thought it was the die split, and then at some point now you have it capped, but maybe because it's raised, but it makes sense what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Because if it's raised on the coin, then in theory it would be incuse on the die if the die had any sort of integrity type of damage on there, and it needs a crack or something or you would think it would need something on the die face for the coin to get stuck to it in the first
That's right.
place.
Right.
That's right. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Oh, good call out. Yeah, I don't know if that's
She said that the die was split first. It was a split
Okay.
die, and then it might have caused the cap, which makes sense
Yeah.
because this one has a listing without the die cap. So there you go.
Just a really crazy bisecting die crack, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rim is damaged too. Well, he said he found it out of his change, right? Going through his stuff. So I guess it was circulated. So there probably is some little bit of damage on it. Circulation.
And I feel like that rim's not fully formed like it would normally be. So
Right.
that cap die really extended beyond the die.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
I would love to see the actual cap after they've peeled it away from the die.
I
It's
love
probably
those.
a hot mess. It's probably all mangled.
I love those multiple, where it's like 10, 15 coins all smashed in
All smashed together.
Bonded.
Yeah, the bonded coins.
Yeah. Those things are so crazy. I'm like, how did those things ever made it out of the bin?
Maybe in one of those sewn bags. Maybe in somebody's pocket.
I would imagine they'd have to pry one of those die cuts off of the die at some point. Once they stop the mint process, they got to peel that sucker off.
Yeah.
I guess in this case, it was already end of life. Terminal. Right. That split is terminal.
Yeah. Well, very awesome pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it was cool. I love coins like that.
This one's yours, Shay.
Update on the 194X Planchet error. PCGS has finally done it from Anthony F. So your guys' guess was spot on about the possibility of it being struck on a Philippines 10 cent. Was correct. As it coming back, AU is great. But the details part is the gut shot, though. As promised, you guys are the first to know about this coin update from PCGS.
Yeah, because we showed this off, I don't know, was it a month or two ago?
Hey, I tell you what, the detail's great. Don't give it that much thought. It doesn't affect it as badly as you think.
Yeah, this is a scarce occurrence. So
Yeah, especially with it being
details grade almost goes out the window. To be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah, because wouldn't you think a collector is going to look at it? I mean, it's in good shape, even though it might have some hard dings or whatever. They're still going to love it. And yeah, that is it. Oh, was it 2 weeks ago? Was it that fast? Oh, yeah, because he'd already sent it off, I think.
And the whole reason why this happened, ladies and gentlemen, is that the Mint also produced coins for the Philippines during that occupation time. So
they did it for multiple different, like what, Cuba, what else?
Yeah.
All kinds. Dominican, I can't remember. Dominican Republic, or a bunch.
Is the details designation something that grading companies feel they absolutely have to include in on the grade, or is it something that can in some circumstances be left off? So I think they use it anytime that they're saying that they can't straight grade it. Is that how they use it? So I guess they would.
It's inescapable. They have to add it.
Sometimes, though, if it's like borderline and they realize it might be kind of a scarce variety or error, they might be like, they might just kind of let it pass under the scope.
Well, do we know what the details grade is? Is it because
yeah? What is it exactly? I have a feeling it's
on there, or
let's see. Yeah, we do have this. Wait,
clean. Okay.
Cleaned. Okay. That's a common one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least it's not hold and plug.
True.
Yeah.
True.
But
I'd feel much worse about that. But you knew that would be coming if you sent a coin in that was hold and plugged.
Right. This is something I would not, I just wouldn't put a lot of weight on that AU details, to be honest. Not something like this.
On this coin.
Right. On this coin. Now, if you have a 1944 Denver, red coin and it comes back details clean, then yeah, that's not good.
Just to make sure.
Or like a lady I can't even believe did this. She submitted a bicentennial quarter to get graded, like out of circulation, and it came back like VF details clean. I'm like, what'd you do to it? And she said, well, I cleaned it. First of all, it's a VF, and then second, I'm like, well, what possessed you to do that? She said, I just wanted to make sure it looked good before I set it off. I was like, oh no.
And now, was it the double die, or was it just a regular bicentennial quarter?
No, dude, it was a P-mint. There ain't jack nothing on that thing.
So she wasted her money anyway.
Yeah. Well, she said, I need help consigning these coins. So she had about a dozen coins that she had sent me. She sent me a list, and it was her most recent PCGS submission, mind you. 80% of the coins came back clean. She said, yeah, I did all that.
You put them in her dishwasher at home. They have like where you could put like, your measuring spoons and stuff. You just put them all in there and close the little door. And just put it through the cycle.
So Michael Kittle mentioned that you used to be able to have PCGS leave off the details grade and slab as PCGS genuine, so that there was no grade, but there was also not a negative comment on there.
So be wary when you look and see just genuine on slabs. There might be other issues.
Yeah.
And I hope
they don't do that anymore, though, do they?
I think
They
so.
don't do that anymore. Oh, they
No,
still do it?
I think they still do it.
Yeah, you can
the
pay
same
it.
way that in the sports card world, companies like PSA and BGS, they'll just do an authentication grade where they won't assign an actual number on cards that are like autographed because they don't know if it's genuine or not. So, or they'll say it's authentic, but they don't want to give a grade because of whatever reason.
Clever. I hope you're not being serious. That lady kid put one of his shirts in the wash that had one of his Carson City dimes in it when she did the laundry. But it survived, he said.
We get dozens of emails every week of people saying, should I get this graded? I don't know who's out there telling them they should grade these coins, but they should not be grading these coins. And then to follow it up, don't clean your coins. And then don't clean your coins and then send them to get graded because you're just not wise.
Yeah,
Right.
I think I'm going to do some investigative work. I'm going to talk to Couch at the ANA and see how all this is happening.
You know, grading is a higher end of this hobby. Do not start there. Start down below and work your way up and get familiar with what you're going to grade and know what you're grading and know what it's going to come back as.
Right.
That's where you
And when you're learning, I'll tell you what I do, because I am not a good grader, and I will admit that easily. But I go in and I look and I do my comparisons on, PCGS Photograde, and I'm looking for pictures online of certain graded, slabs or whatever to try to compare my coin. And then whatever I think it might be, I take that down at least a point, and then say, okay, well, if it's this, and is it worth getting graded? Because a lot of times if you don't get a high enough grade, it just won't be worth the expense of doing it.
Especially moderns that don't typically have what they call a safety net.
Right.
So it would need to be this grade, which appeals to the sensitive kind of registry set, market. But if you grade anything lower than that top grade, it's worthless, or you're lucky to get your submission feedback.
So and go with Annex first.
You can do bulk like this. This is bulk, but this is something that's high end. This is what you have to do. But see, look, they all graded 66 or higher. So you got to just know what you're doing. If you're going to grade coins, get good at it.
What's the unit cost? What's the unit cost on that one?
$8 for a 66.
Okay.
And $15 for a 67.
Okay. And so is there the highest you can get is the 67?
The highest for a Roosevelt is a 66 minimum.
No, I mean for a bulk submission.
You can get 67s. Yeah. Okay. 67
but
I think is the high. I've seen 67 pluses. I haven't seen any 68s for sure.
Okay.
So,
well, if they hit one at 68, don't they just upgrade
$40?
it?
It's $40.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was wondering how that worked.
But you let them take care of it, right? So kind of like the rule of thumb is pay the least amount of money for your submission and let the grading company do the upgrade for you.
Yep.
Which will save you a lot more money in over time doing it that way rather than assuming
that's how I save money. That's how I save money because I can send these in bulk and then I sell them for much more than what a 66 cost me, which is $8.
But nobody out there, don't do bulk on your first submission.
No.
Go to Annex and pay $10, $12 a coin. They're running a deal right now, 12 coins for 120. If you're really serious about trying to do it there. That's half the price of what you're going to pay for an initial offering, initial work at one of the others. Right? I mean, that's like,
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Okay, if you're getting into the hobby for the first time, don't approach grading as an option yet. This is way advanced and it's too expensive.
Yeah.
It is way too expensive to just casually dip your toe into, hoping to, you know, make the big bucks off of one coin. It's a very controlled environment at the
Yeah.
top. Okay, I hate saying that, but when the top pop grades of modern coins gets challenged, they are going to scrutinize those coins a lot more heavier. So what's perfect in your eyes and mine, you know, it's a lot more. There's more to it, more layers at the top through the grading companies. And at that point, you're better off just not doing it. All right. That's the wrong philosophy when you're getting into the hobby. The hobby is, hey, let's do grassroots. Let's enjoy collecting money, you know, in all grades. You know, there are people like Paul had mentioned, there's an actual society, a group, you know, that collects nothing but old coins, and they do typesets and things like that, you know. And to a lot of people, that's like a very affordable entryway into the hobby, but you still get to enjoy
decent
maybe
coins.
some series that are just way too expensive to get into from, you know, kind of like a casual collector standpoint, I suppose.
You know, it's and if you know, and we're not saying, you know, if you do discover that your grandparents had a 1969 S double die outburst #1 under their bed, to not get it graded. That one, it's obvious. Send it in, right? But when you're talking about anything less than $200, it's just not worth it. Save your money, buy more coins, do more research, buy a book instead.
And you know, most importantly, when you see all of these high graded moderns out there in the auction circuit, you have to understand this. They come from old B-rolls that have been sitting in a box that haven't moved one bit for decades. All right. These are where you're going to find your pristine coins in, or old mint sets, or whatever the case is. And even still, for someone to try and, you know, go all in on something like this, they're not just sending one singular coin of that day. They're sending probably 30, 40 of them. All right. So you can imagine if you were doing a bulk submission, all right, at the very minimum, let's do 30 coins times $8. You're investing $240 just into trying to see if you are going to hit the big one. And then if you do hit the big one, NGC or PCGS are going to auto upgrade it to whatever that specific price tier is going to be based off of the value of the coin. So, yeah, I mean, if you like lotto odds, then sure, go ahead and send one coin in that you think it's going to grade a 68, and, you know, all the more power to you. But that's not the fun avenue to get into this hobby. It's not all about the money and all that stuff at the end of the day. It's all about enjoying the hobby. All the other stuff, making money, that comes later after you've gained a grasp.
Exactly. Education is number one. Educate yourself first, then develop from there. Because if you go in trying to go grade coins that you have no idea what you're doing, it's going to end up very bad for you. I've been bulk grading for over 5 years now, and when I first started it, you know, it was kind of rocky, but I developed my eye better and better and better. And this last submission, what about 5 months ago, I got 367 pluses and over 80 MS67 red Lincoln cents. So you can develop your eye as long as you take the time to do it, because it's not an easy thing to just jump into. I'm telling you right now,
Right.
it's hard.
Hey, Adam, for the minimum for bulk is what, 100 coins, right? Or
yes, you have to have 100. Now, see, PCGS and NGC are completely different. PCGS only allows 5 different mint marks or dates per 100 coins. So, like, if you're sending 100 coins in, you can only have 5 different dates or mint marks of Lincoln wheat cents, for instance.
And doesn't it have to be the same coin?
Yeah, it has to be a Lincoln wheat cent.
Right.
same type. But
Right.
Yeah.
NGC will allow any of them. So that's why I chose NGC over PCGS, because NGC didn't really care if you sent, if you had 100 different dates, so, or mint marks. So it was that's why I chose. I know I would make more money off off PCGS coins, but the problem is they're just kind of too strict on their bulk. So.
Well, that makes sense. And, a lot of people in here that are joining us like varieties and errors. And, the thing, I think one of the things when we look at it, so this particular coin that was struck on a foreign planchet, basically you had to get it graded. And that was for certification. That was for justifying that it is what it is.
Not a counterfeit or some kind of.
It's a peace of mind thing, because if you present this raw to the market, number one, you're not going to be able to really utilize the big auction houses like Heritage and GreatCollections where these coins thrive in. But no one in the right mind is simply going to take your word for it. They're going to assume the worst when it comes to coins like this.
And things like die cracks and things like that, how do they affect the grade? Does that
usually, since that usually it's not supposed to affect the grade, but I know, like, if it's really distracting on the coin, then that affects the eye appeal portion of the grade, which is very little. So eye appeal is the lowest tier that they are going to knock off points on. It'll either, sometimes if you have really good eye appeal, it'll bump that grade up a little bit, and it might put it into the next point level, like a 66 plus to a 67. So eye appeal, sometimes if you have die cracks, really annoying, like lots of grease on the coin or something that affects the eye appeal, yes, that's where they could knock off points, if that helps.
Gotcha.
A hardcore copper, regarding your eBay question there, or not really a question, but your concern. When you buy a slab coin on eBay, in theory, you're supposed to receive the coin, unless it's like a pre-sale or something of that, whatever, that you're going to match up the cert numbers to the coin that you receive in the mail. So it has to match up to what a seller's listing on there, because there's strict terms, even on eBay's side, as much as we don't want to admit it, that the cert numbers has to be tried and true to the coin that you're selling, even if you don't type them verbatim into your listing. So that's an important thing that needs to be stressed.
Can I mention something about, a lot of people are talking about Annex not getting enough credit. To be honest, I think Annex is much tougher than PCGS or NGC. I've been grading Annex for like the last 3 years, and I usually send coins in that I think should get a really good grade, and they usually get one grade less than what it would get at NGC or PCGS. So Annex has really stepped up their game. I don't think they get enough credit for what they offer. So yes, they don't get the notoriety that PCGS or NGC gets in the retail side of it. But if you want really good graded coins, especially now with Annex, now's the time to go buy some Annex coins, because sometimes I think they're a little undergraded, in my opinion. So.
Right. Kittle was saying earlier, as a dealer, that they, it's not necessarily that big of a deal. It's more, sometimes I think, newer people into the hobby that are like, oh, it's got to be graded, or, things like that. Because obviously, all of the expensive coins are not in plastic. I mean, there's a lot out there that are raw, going around.
For sure. Yeah.
If you're into varieties, Annex is a way to go. Plus,
yeah.
Plus they're at every show. I mean, you should just see all the shows they're at this year.
Yeah, and don't they have the cheapest conservation service too? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I think
as
it's a
opposed to
flat
using
rate,
NCS.
$35 if I'm not mistaken. I think it's $35 per submission.
Oh, I thought it was cheaper than that, but maybe.
They raised the price a little bit. I noticed
Did
that.
they? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I remember it was $12 a couple of years ago.
Yeah, hardcore copper, you don't have to worry about anyone on eBay duping you, because even if you were, you could always file a claim to get your money back.
Right.
Yep.
They tend to side a little bit more on the buyers because it's the lifeblood of the system that they created. So they're going to protect the buyers more so than the sellers in this instance.
Does registry matter that much? I mean, if you have an Annex coin, I mean, you're not going to be putting it into your NGC or PCGS registry.
You know,
well, aren't they going to have it on MyPlac? Didn't they integrate?
I think so. I think Ian did say Annex would be included in that equation at some point. I think he did say that.
Plus, I mean, if you have a whole set of, let's say, Lincoln Wheat Cents of MS66 all the way across the board, I don't think it's going to matter, is it? Some of them are in different slabs in the end. If you have a whole set.
Yeah, if you have a whole set, I mean, I don't know, because I've never really done much with registry stuff.
I mean, is a whole set PCGS only going to be more valuable than a whole set mixed? I don't know. Good question, I think.
That's a good question. I don't do a lot of registry stuff, so we need a good registry.
There's even a low ball registry, and I kind of feel like that's like way too rich for my blood. Like I don't want to pigeonhole myself into doing a registry where I have to sit there and constantly work on one series. And I might be kind of like acting a little too far-fetched about it, because you could work on a few different series, right? But yeah, it's not a poor man's sport by any means.
So Joey K had a question for me, and this is it just proves that anybody that even is somewhat experienced can make mistakes. So I had cherry picked what I thought were really nice Sacagawea dollars, right? Well, I sent them off for grading, thinking, "Oh my God, these are so beautiful." Guess why they were beautiful? They were satin strikes, and I. So, yeah, they were nice, Joey, but they weren't business strike coins. They were satin strikes.
Hey, I made that same mistake, Adam. Not on the satin strike coins, but on like 65, 66 SMS coins, thinking they were business strikes because they will fool you. And I'm like, oh yeah, all we have to do is hit a mid-state 67 and we're golden. And come to find out, what the heck is this SP67? Wait, what's SP mean? So, and that was like 18 years ago. I learned my lesson there. But yeah, I know what you're saying, man.
I found a 1964 D nickel that had full steps and looked really nice. Came out of a old collection or whatnot. Turns out it was the proof. And I didn't know. I'm like, oh, well, that's good. I didn't send it to be graded. I just, as I found out, oh, it's a proof. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh my God! You guys know I always kid about the 5 on the cheek, right? On the Roosevelt dime on that 66 SMS. There's one at PCGS SP67 grade. Auction record was $12,499.
Ouch.
I wonder if that's going to be in the new Cherry Pickers guide, because it's going to do dimes. So I'm kind of curious. I wonder if that's going to be in there.
Oh, but I got one.
You got one? Nice.
Yeah, I got one.
Nice.
Oh,
I was doing.
Oh, it just said it is in there. Shay.
All right.
That's awesome. She confirmed it. Nice.
So that will be, depending on the grade, that would probably be one of the biggest coins I found. So I bought the set
That's
for
awesome, though. But now here's the thing. Should I cherry pick it real fast at the show before everybody else gets to cherry pick it?
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody else should be looking for him.
What date is it? 66.
66. Yeah.
66.
I have to go looking. All right. Well, let's see. We had one more thing.
Oh.
The grading competition. Who to cheer for? Last but
Oh my
certainly
God.
not least.
Is that even a question? Come on.
Here's what we were talking about before. If you don't know who to cheer for the guy on top.
Oh, someone put a little cheerleader right there. With the arrow. Oh, that's cool.
You don't like the cheerleader?
Joey K, yes, I did use them as giveaways. Yes, I did. You're correct. I used them as giveaways.
Hey, Mike Noodle, are you going to be in Pittsburgh too? Because I know Matt's there. He's there right now. He did a short video the other day or yesterday or whenever.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to say he said he wasn't going to be there because I think I was watching.
Oh yeah, he's not. Yeah, he said no. Yeah, but his son's going to be there, I think, is what he said. I watched their. Well, I came in late on their live stream the other day, and then I watched it back. But yeah, Mike's got to watch the shop. Keep that going. So yeah.
You know I'm going to be over at Matt's table. I'll be over there cherry picking. You'll probably see me on camera this time, sitting there for 6 hours.
I think he knows by now that if you sit down in front of his bargain stuff, he's like, oh, shit. Oh, man. It's a make him second guess all the inventory.
He's going to charge me chair rent for sitting there.
Oh, no, yeah. I didn't mention
or maybe he's going to purposefully leave all the prices off of all the 2x2s. And just say, oh, just bring it over to me. Let's see what you got here.
Oh, let me look here.
So I don't think I mentioned, but Joey K did verify that he sold his duplicate star note to the other person that had, because he had the DC note and the other person had the...
Okay.
For $1 billion.
How much? Okay, come on, Joey.
I think
spill the proverbial beans all over our laps right now. How much did you sell it for? And it better not be anything less than $1,000.
I think he said $1,200. There you go, $1,200.
Yeah,
I think that's okay.
And I mean, yeah. I mean, he's got
$1,200 to buy a lot of really nice coins.
Well, I think that's what he did. He was showing off that Morgan and
yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Spent.
He's trying to compete with you, Adam, on the cherry picking skills.
On cherry picking? No.
Yeah.
Shannon knows it best. If you sit next to me, I'll teach you some things.
That's true. And sometimes
Eunice. Yeah, that's him. That's Renee. Hey, and his wife's gonna be there too. So yeah, it's gonna be cool to meet him.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. Yep. Turn $1 into $1,200. You cannot beat that.
Yeah, see my magic wand? Yeah, this is how you do. This is how you pull a rabbit out of the hat. Yeah, check this out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Some of us go through life being very lucky.
Right.
And there's Paula.
And then there's Paula. Oh, yeah. No, Roseanne, I am not.
I give her a hard time because she always gets the dud. We'll all buy the same roll from the same person. She gets the one with nothing in it.
I wish I was going to Pittsburgh. That would be awesome, but
that would be fun.
Shannon, we should all plan an A&A show at some point, so we all.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about trying to do more show, related stuff together.
I think next year it's going to be in Colorado again. That would be a good centralized location for everybody.
Well, don't they rotate it from Denver to Chicago to Pitts?
I'd love to go to Denver. That wouldn't be. I mean, that'd be. I think it's about 15 hours for me.
The only thing that sucks is if it's in the spring. Sometimes you have to deal with a lot of snow and stuff, and especially in Colorado.
Right. Well, what?
I spent all my time with this coin.
Mike said the A&A's in Chicago next year. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. That one's right there by O'Hare. Perfect. In and out.
Schaumburg, right? It's where they normally have it.
Usually Schaumburg or Rosemont, I think, is the suburb.
Next year, Chicago A&A. Anybody else got any other
Scott, how you doing, brother?
or anything else they want to talk about? Because if not, we're going to get off of here. I'm hungry, personally.
Yeah. Good
Let's
show.
go.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your email.
Oklahoma City, 2026. Okay.
That'd be cool. Hell yeah. It would be way better than Tulsa.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Very better than Tulsa. All right. Well, anyway, everybody have a good night. We'll see you next
Peace
week.
out,
Same
everybody.
bat time, same bat channel.
I'm searching.
Wait, if I can find the.
Yeah, that is Central States. Yeah. Now you're jogging my memory, Mike.
All right. Night, everybody.
No.
Yeah, guys.